Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm doing a little video here just to show you what map I use to kind of warm up. I don't always warm up, but sometimes I do. And the one map that I use, I like it mainly because it gives you XP, but also because it has three different elements in it. It has building, it has editing, and it has a little bit of aim practice. It's not great, but it's still there. It helps with like flick shots and edit and shoot shots, if that makes sense. So let me just pull up my game screen here and we'll get into it. If you don't know how to load into a creative map, I'll show you here. So from the main screen, what you want to do is you want to hit X, and mine's already loaded, but I'll load it again just to show you. So you go into here into Discover and you scroll down till you find the category that says by Epic. Go all the way over to the right, and before you get to arena modes, it says creative right there. You hit X to select it, you hit A to play, and it brings you back out to the lobby. And we have an update, so we have a cool new looking lobby here with a bunch of motorcycles and stuff. And from here you hit Y to play. And there's a bunch of updates today too as well. I believe they brought back the heavy sniper, which I'm excited about. I think there's like I heard there's like 5 different mythics. There's one that gives you like slap juice effect. Oh, the boom sniper's back in. There's a couple different shotguns. I think there's a shotgun that's supposed to like destroy builds in one shot. So I haven't looked at any of the stuff yet. So okay, so once you load into creative here, I've got my Valentine's Day skin on, and the stuff that I have, the only stuff that I have pretty much for Valentine's Day. But you load into a creative lobby, and this is different each time depending on whose is featured. Right now it's this, for Valentine's it's this one, but there's always 2 things that are constant in here. There's always going to be a golden rift, and that's your island and your like islands that you make, and your personal islands that you set up to like practice in. So if you want to like just go into like your own island and load up like a blank world with unlimited mats, you can do that and like practice mechanics and building and editing and that sort of thing. The other constant is going to be a place where this big screen is. And what you're going to want to do to load a like somebody else's island is you're going to come over here, go to the console, hit X to set your matchmaking code, and right there on this screen is where you would set the code. But I already have this one favorited, so we'll just go over to favorites, and you can favorite islands too. Once you play them, they'll be in your recent, and then I believe you just press the down on the R stick and it'll put a little heart by it, and then it'll be set as a favorite. So this one is called the realistic edit map. I know you can't see all of it because my cam is in the way, but the code, if you want to do it, it's 5591-4430-6171, and this map is created by Tito. It's probably old, but it does have updated guns in it, and like I said, it gives you XP, and it's just the one that I'm currently using. So there's a bunch of different islands that you can play around with. So you go in, hit X to accept, you'll see the map or the island appears on the screen, and then you hold down X. I have one tap on though, so I just tap it, and up above you'll see that it says matchmaking starting. And let me just make a little adjustment here real quick while it's loading. Add a little light on my camera because the sun's like blinding out, and it's messing with my camera because it keeps like being on and off. The sun, that is. And then once this loads in, you'll see you end up on this little platform here, and there's a bunch of different cool things you can do here. I'll go over like the things I'm not doing right now. Like there's a 1v1 map that's kind of cool, that you can like load in with your friends and 1v1 them. There's a chapter 4 warm-up map, which this one's kind of neat. It has a bunch of different scenarios you go through, and it actually incorporates like sliding and mantling in some of these, but you can kind of pick, if you can see on this little thumbnail, like you can pick what things you want to work on, and I can't actually see what they say right now, and I don't remember what they are, but you can select which ones you want to do, and then it'll play through them in order as you're playing. Over here there's some extra game modes. There's a tunneling mode if you need to practice like tunneling and tarping. There's a free build mode if you just want to practice free building and practice your mechanics, and then there's a box fight mode, and that one's kind of cool because there's a like an advanced faction AI in there, and he doesn't build, but he does, like, he'll take walls and spray walls and stuff, and you can add more than one, and he'll mantle as well. So if you build up, he'll try to mantle. I mean, he won't, of course, like go up too high because he's a bot, but it's still kind of if you don't want to, if you can't find somebody to actually box fight or practice with, or a box fight map, and there are other maps in creative that you can find to practice box fighting as well with like real players, which is what I would suggest. And then over here, it tells about the XP. Like I was saying, you can earn XP by completing drills. By completing 12 drills, you get like a big bonus of XP. It's usually like, I don't know, like 20k or something. And then you get XP by eliminating the bots. And then down here, there's a bunch of weapons on the ground. Some of these are relevant to this chapter and season. Some of them are not. So I just take the ones that are relevant. We'll just take all of these right here except for the DMR. We'll switch that and go with the twin mag there. And let me see. I'm going to look and see if I still have my aim assist turned off. I might turn it on just for the video so you can see. Yeah, I still have it off. I'll turn it on because you'll probably want yours on. So then in here, there's two different things. There's a piece control, there's easy and advanced, which I won't be doing today, and there's a realistic edits, which is easy and advanced, which I will show you. And then these are the settings for those two different things there. So we'll turn instant reload off. You might want to leave that on unless you struggle in matches, like keeping your shotgun loaded, because the Thunder shotgun is basically a 4-shot shotgun. So it's kind of hard to keep it loaded all the time as you're just going through killing bot after bot after bot. So something to keep in mind there. Instructions, we'll turn those on. There's not very many instructions, but you'll see where they are and what they say. And then movement speed, we'll just set that to normal. So we'll go into the easy mode, realistic edits. You find yourself on this platform. Above, there's a red box that says reset edits. If you need to like reset all of these, you can shoot that and they'll all go back to how they are. This little thing is piece control. If you hit X here, it'll break all of the builds on the map, and then you place the builds. And that's usually how I do this, so you can practice building, editing, and aim. But for this video to show you, I'm just going to leave them on so you can see where the builds are placed for when you go through and build. And I would suggest that you leave those on like the first couple times till you get used to kind of what you're supposed to do. So we're just going to go over here to the wall stair edits. And you're just going to edit like a half stair. You're going to do like a 4 square edit on this and then shoot the bot. And you can alternate or whatever. I mean, since we're just warming up, it really doesn't matter what you do here. It's all for warming up and practicing. So, I mean, you can do a window edit, whatever you want. So I'm just going to do this one and finish up and try not to talk too much, because if I talk too much, I'll like miss like that, because it does take some skill to like talk and like build and edit like at the same time. I know, because you know you're like trying to actually think about what you're saying. So We'll go over to this one. This one is the double edit drop down. I think these are the only instructions it really turns on and off. So this is just like you have a player boxed kind of, and you have them piece controlled out. So you edit, double edit through here. You can do like a corner edit and then shoot them. And you don't have to do the corner edit. You can work on whatever you want here. You can do this sort of thing, whatever. So and you just go through the whole course here, or the drill, and kill the bot. And you see each bot I kill, I get XP for them. And then you go through this nifty rift at the end, brings you back to the platform again, and then we get like 4.5k XP, so which is nice. They probably have XP boost on right now, so, and you probably can't see me gaining levels because it's behind my cam. So we did those two drills. We'll go over here and start with this one. This is top corner edits, and just a little tip here on these. I always do them this way when we get rid of the bot, to explain to you why I do them this way. And usually if you're doing them this way in a real match, you'll want to place a wall back here. That way, as you edit, like a bot, or not a bot, a player can't go under your build. I mean, they still can go under your build, but if you own all of this and they start chopping out this, you're going to be up here and you're going to be like, hey, wait a minute, there's somebody back there. But to get back to this, the reason why I do this, you have all of this area of protection here. So the player that you're fighting right here, they have limited area to actually hit you because you're behind this wall. So it gives you a little added protection. And the other main reason is on console, this reset, unless you pull out your map, is like almost broke to find where it is. And I don't know if that's the same on like all console or PlayStation, or see, I just found it there. Or even if it does that on PC, but see, there's like a certain spot you have to hit to reset this. And if you're like in the middle of fighting, like, you're not going to be here spamming this button. I mean, I know where the spot is, but I still barely ever use that edit like that. I mean, I use it in match, but I try to use the other one, like I said. And the more you do things in creative like this and practice doing the other edit, the more apt you're going to be to actually use them in a real match. So we just come up, we'll stick our wall here, do our edit there, and shoot this guy. And I would even probably practice putting those walls there, just because that way you can get in the habit of it and kind of develop the muscle memory for in-game to do that. And you should be trying to like own every piece you can in a fight anyways, as long as you have, you know, plenty of mats. If you don't, then of course I wouldn't be wasting them too much, but in here we have unlimited. So, and you just go through kind of like that, go through the rift, get the XP. Ooh, we got 36.92 for that one. This one here is double edits. So what you're gonna do, what they want you to probably do, is go through like this and shoot the bot. But what I like to do, excuse me, I actually like to do this little Martaz peek shot like that and practice that. So that way, that's a really nice edit to use in a match when you're fighting an opponent and they have the high ground above you, and you've placed this and you're trying to get a shot on them. And I'll show you why here once I kill this bot. So if you're doing this, like, and you're the other player, you have this small area to actually shoot them, rather than them just editing through and you're wide open and they're like, hey, there he is. It's going to be a lot harder for them to shoot you too, because you're jumping up to make that shot, so you're only visible for a second. And you can actually do it this way too, it's a little harder because you'll hit the ramp, and you have more limited area. But let me show you. If you do it that way, that's an even smaller amount that they have to like shoot you from. So it's a really good edit to use when you're trying to gain high ground on that. So let's go back up here, shoot the bot, make sure our shotgun's reloaded. And work our way up to the top. Oops, got that over his head. And my shotgun wasn't reloaded. Alright. And we hit the rift, get our XP. We hit 3K for that. And now drop down edits. These are like you have somebody piece controlled kind of in a box down here, and so you're actually just dropping down and shooting them, which I wouldn't actually recommend in a real fight, because you don't want to be taking like a 50-50 on somebody unless you know that they're low, because jumping down in a box, even if it's yours and you own it, if that player has good aim and they have good weapons, say they have like a gold pump and a twin mag, they'll hit you with the pump and spray you, and you could be dead in a matter of seconds. So not recommended. But for this warm-up, we'll do it because it just builds that muscle memory of dropping down and sighting the player really quick. And I know the bot's not moving, but it's still good practice for aim and turning and aiming while dropping. So, and this could help you too with those end game like drop shots where, you know, you have high ground on the player and they've run out of mats, and you're like building above them and they're tarping down, and then you can drop down and shoot them to win the match. So that sort of thing. All right, through the rift, back to the center. We'll go over here. This is double edit up down, just like it says. There's a bot up here. You edit up, shoot him. Bot down here, edit, shoot him. And notice when I edit, I always try to stay to the right side to get the right hand peek. You should always do that in game if you can. Just because, you know, if you're peeking in the right, way less of your player character is being seen by the enemy, rather than if you're to the left because of how the game is, because it's like third person, like all of you will be visible. So, and most of you should already know that, even though this is kind of a beginner like warm-up map, and I'm nowhere near like a pro or anything like that. So this is just something I do as a casual player if I need to warm up. And like I said, it's cool because you get XP too for it. Let's get this shotgun reloaded once again. That's why I was saying earlier how annoying this shotgun can be in this map. Alright, out of there, back here, we were doing over here. So these are under ramp edits, and like I said, when you do the thing where you break all the builds, you'll want to like piece control all of this. Like you'll place that, you'll place a ceiling and a cone above you like that, and edit out. And you can do that here too if you want with the stuff, but for now I'm just going to edit through and kind of show you without it, like what you do. So you just do these corner edits. And there's pretty much no rules here, so I mean, whatever you want to work on to warm up, you can work on. Whoops. Come on, edit. Alright, I need to stop and get this reloaded once again. Alright, there we go. Alright, and then we're back through the rift. We've done all of those. The only one we haven't done is the wall edits. And I might as well show you, since these are easy and you can see like how these are already placed. I'll show you how the piece control mode works. So if you press it, it breaks everything. And then when you come over here, you're placing the wall. So like that. And just a little tip here too on these wall edits, like top corner, and I always do mine wrong because I learned wrong, and I try to switch it when I remember, but you should do these from the top down. That way your shotgun is in the correct location rather than up like how I do them, and then you're in the wrong spot. And along with that, when you're doing like an edit course or practicing edits, you should do very slow and deliberate edits, not try to go like super fast, because you're trying to build the muscle memory so you don't even have to think about it, and that way you can practice correctly and not get a whole bunch of mistakes. If you're like practicing and you're going really fast and you're missing your edits, you're gonna like program those misses into your muscle memory, so you don't want to do that. So anyways, and also another tip here, while we're here at the walls, I see a lot of players that do this top corner edit, and then when they go to shoot the player, they jump way out like this. You shouldn't be doing that, because you're totally visible to the opponent here and they can easily shoot you. What you should be doing is trying to stay way over here on the left hand side with your right hand peek, and then jumping and shooting. And that way all of your player character is covered back here until the moment that your shotgun sticks out and you can shoot. So, make sense? See, I remembered to do mine from top down that time. Ooh. And you just go through and shoot them and hit the rift, and then it'll bring you back out here. So we've done everything on here. There was 8 drills, and you can count them up. There's 3 on this side, 3 on that side, that's 6, and then the 2 over there is 8. So we're done here. We'll go in here and go back to the lobby, and then we'll go into the advanced ones, which aren't really advanced. They're about the same as the other ones, so don't be intimidated because it says advanced. So over here, we'll start at the box fight edits, and these are probably the most advanced out of all of these, besides maybe the cone edit resets. So you come over here and it just says edit diagonally through the walls and stairs. So you can do this however you want. I usually do it like this, and then I step back behind this wall, mainly because I'm practicing. Like if I was fighting a real player and I own this wall, they would be probably standing there waiting to pre-fire when I made the edit. So I would edit it, open it up, step back so they would shoot with their pre-fire, and then I'd step out and shoot them. And like I said, you can pretty much do whatever you want here to warm up and practice too. You don't have to do it this way. Ah, getting that bottom tile with it. And then you go through the rift. And then we'll go over here. These are quad edits. So you're going to edit through all 4 builds. So we shoot the spot. You can do like a 4 square, do like that. I would do the Martaz little peak there, reset, go through. But like I said, you can do whatever you want here. spraying, pretty much whatever. Oops, missed that. Why did I feel like I had jump fatigue there and I wasn't jumping? That's weird. And there's nobody up here. Now these, I'm not the greatest at, and this map gets kind of glitchy on them. But these are side jump edits, and they're not necessarily like, you don't have to use these now that mantling's in the game, but you still should probably know them because the mantling animation takes so long to mantle that you can easily get shot and caught when you're doing it. And I'll show you what I mean. Like as you're going up here, I'm going to spam the shoot button on this guy, and you'll see how long it takes me to do it. So see, he easily could have shot me in that amount of time. So side jumps, what you want to do is you want to edit out the side here, come and jump, catch yourself with a platform, and try to build a wall immediately to protect yourself, and then edit a window and shoot. Also, if you were trying to get high ground, instead of placing the wall, you could place a ramp here, so you could start to get high ground, you know, right after you do your side jump. But for these, the bot's on that same level, so we're just gonna place our platform and our wall. And the more walls you can place when you jump up there, the better, because the more protected you are from like third partiers and that sort of thing too. Oh, almost didn't make that. Actually, I didn't make my side jump, but luckily I was able to get a ramp in there. And I did not mean to do that either. Or that. There we go. Alright. And we go through, and then we have 11 of 12 of our drills, and you'll see after we finish this one, we're going to get our 12 drills and get our big XP bonus. So these are triple edits, and they're just like the name says. You edit through all the builds, and then shoot the bot. And you should be trying to get the bot, like, in one shot, if you can. But if not, it's good too to practice going to your secondary on them, just because normally in a game with the thunder shotgun, you're not gonna be able to one pump a person unless they're low. So I don't think there's any gun that can one shot somebody in the game right now, except for maybe like the Kamehameha or the Deku Smash. So alright, firewall edits. I usually don't do any more of these. If I'm warming up, I just do my 12 drills to get my XP, and then I'm out and I go and play and pretty sufficiently warmed up. And you can warm up too much too, so I try to, you know, not do that. So I'll show you all the rest of these though. So these are firewall edits, and they want you to basically spray and take the wall, edit a window or whatever, and shoot the bot. And you're just basically practicing kind of taking walls from a distance here, from like a tile away. Oops. Let's actually get this reloaded real quick. And this. All right. You can even like throw some like cone play in there and some piece control if you want. And go through, get your XP. We'll go over here. These are cone cone reset edits. These are kind of fun. I like doing these, but again, they're not as important now that mantling's in the game. So what you're going to do is edit the cone floor, reset them to land on top of them, and then edit the wall. And with mantling, like you could just do this, honestly. But we'll do these because they're good to know how to do. Oops. So just like that, kind of. Except for, yeah, try to get that as a ramp, like all in one go when you jump. So you're editing through, you're resetting the floor, you're resetting the cone, you're jumping, you're turning this into a ramp by editing, you're doing like a 4 square and then shooting the bot. So there's quite a bit here to like practice as far as mechanics. And if you guys want, I'll do a short little video on what there's a series of builds that I would do that that will really help you with your mechanics if you need practice, if you're lacking at that. And I play on controller, obviously. On console, I play claw, so I'm like this. I use my index finger for the buttons, my other fingers for the triggers, and then I try to always leave my thumbs on the stick so I don't remove them. Diagonal wall replace. I never, I'll do this, but I usually never do this in match because my ping is high, so I never take walls with my pickaxe. I won't say never. Sometimes I do. Like if the person doesn't edit, and this is a tip trick kind of too for you. If the person doesn't edit on there and you step out of the way and they miss, or even if they hit you, when they go to reset that wall, as soon as they reset it, it's a one tap immediately after the reset. So then you can hit it and usually take the wall with one swing of your pickaxe. But normally with turbo build, with my ping, it's high, and it shouldn't, because supposedly there's a server in the state that I live in, but it's still high. I know it looks low. It's like 20s in creative, but if I go into a match, like the lowest it's ever been is probably 44. So I usually don't take walls that way because I can't. But for this, we'll do it. So we come up, pickaxe the wall, replace it. Oops, edit, and shoot the bot. See, I'm out of practice doing this because I don't normally take him with a pickaxe, but it's good to know. Those bots are so slow in this map too. That's it. So you don't even really have to worry too much about them. I mean, they will shoot you, but they're pretty slow, so you can actually practice and not have to worry about it too much. Keep this shotgun reloaded though. Okay, and then you go through the rift, and there's one last drill on this page, which is 1v2. You're gonna replace the wall, kill both bots using different wall edits. So what you want to do is take the wall, oops, and then tap the shotgun, and then like something like that. back trigger's not working right now. There we go. And when I was trying to switch to my shotgun, it wasn't working. And we'll get this thing reloaded. Take the wall. And get that one guy in the first shot. But that guy did. Okay, so then you go back through. And we're all done here, so we can go back to the lobby. And if you want, you can do like peace control or, like I said, any of the other things. But I'm warmed up now. Hopefully when you do this, you'll be warmed up and we'll be ready to go in a match. And we'll see you next time, guys.